Hi, it's Jez here from Nigezza.co.uk. Thank you for joining me today. So I am going to bring you some suggestions for using this penguin builder punch in different ways. So a bit of paper stuck up there. So I'm on a blog hop and Technique Tuesday blog hop, and it was using punches. So I thought I could do things with this punch, and so I came up with some ideas. So we've got little Tabor favours there, so a nice little flower cup to hold a Hershey Kiss, one to hold an Elizabeth Shaw goodie, a tag, and it's that which I love the most. So I've made tab toppers, so I just went mad actually. So, and then I made a little one sort of to go on the top of a tag, or you could have that big one on it, or they could go on the side of a page. So super excited to work that out. I even made tiny little bow tie for our little penguin. This one's armless, and I even made a bit of a comedy bow tie that could go on a clown of some description. Could even be a little butterfly if you use different DSP. So stay tuned and I'll show you how I made these. So this lovely penguin builder punch, is that what it's called? I'm terrible, I can't remember names. Shall we just check what it's called? So this is in the new mini catalogue, and it goes with a stamp set, and you can make penguins, and it's so cute, and I had to have it immediately of seeing it, because I am a bit of a sucker for a stamp set with a matching punch. There we have it. Yes, penguin builder punch, I was correct. So of course you can stamp the penguin and punch it out, and it'll punch out the feet as well. You can punch it separately, so you can punch the body out of black, the inner body out of white, the feet out of whatever colour you want. That's pumpkin pie, or I've done some in Eclipse Coral to make your penguins that way. But I just sat and I thought, I'm sure I can make something else out of it. So add a little thought, add a little play, and I'll show you several ideas that I came up with. I've probably showed you them in the introduction, haven't I? I haven't made them yet, so I'll be showing you this. So got this strip, this left over from another project I did, so just like one inch, well, it's just under 1 inch wide, and I'm gonna punch out this funny shaped thing, which I think it's a bit of a fish's tail, to be fair, or a mermaid's tail. So I'm gonna punch 6. I think I should get 6 out of these scraps. So now I just take that off. So we are making some table favours, which you can use for any occasion. I am thinking Christmas, but well, I'm thinking Christmas when it's August, but I am. But you could do these for wedding favours, you could do these for any birthday party gift. If you're a Stampin' Up demonstrator, these would be a good swap. We are having a face-to-face event. So excited. It's literally been, well, I think it's been more than 2 years. No, it will be 2 years, I think, since the last event. So I am super excited. I'm not going to throw that away. Those middle bits I can use. I'll throw those bits away. So we have this, and what I'm going to do is take my ruler, and I'm just going to put my ruler across that sort of bit there and just bend it over. Just seemed the quickest way of bending it over, really. So they all need bending. So just do that, save scoring. So any sort of straight edge. I like my little metal ruler. I like little metal ruler because I can tear paper with it as well. Although I can tear paper with a plastic ruler, to be fair. When I was a teacher, we'd do handouts. And we used to, one of the schools I worked in, you had to do a handout. If you made it A4, you then had to shrink it down or make 2 of them and print it 2 to a page to save paper and printing. And so then you had to cut them all in half, and it's like times money as well. But school didn't see it that way. So I would get them, and then I would take a ruler and I'd just rip them all in half as I was teaching the kids, so that it didn't actually eat into my time. And the kids would just always be amazed, because I say, whenever we try that, it never works. And I was like, well, I've got skills. What can I say? I've got skills. Right, and the other thing I want to do is just this top end, give it a little curl. So as we're making little petals. There we go. So you've got like a handle to hold on to there. There we go. So that's our little petals. And then take a bit of Tombow, and you've got like this top of a heart shape, shall we call it. You're going to put glue on the top of one bit and on the bottom of the other. Like that. So top of that one, bottom of that one. And then you're going to take one of the other heart shapes and you're going to join it that so that they stick together like that. And then we do the same with the other one. So top of that one, bottom of that one. A little bit Tombow. Tombow dries so quickly, so it's brilliant for jobs like this. There we go. I remember going through the catalogue with my team and my friend Jill, Paper Daisy Crafting, her team. We got together on Zoom. We have for the last couple of catalogues, and sort of talk about what our favourite is. And I remember Anthony saying, some demonstrator will take this punch and make things that aren't penguins out of it. And I went, yeah, I probably will try that. Because I like to see what else you can do. I don't like one-trick ponies. So there we go. So these are going to join up like so. So we're making a little bit of a flower cup, really. Okay, so a bit of Tombow, stick that in the middle, leave a little gap between the petals, like so, little gap there. And then we should have a bit of wiggle room to sort of move things around if we need to. So we've got ourselves that sort of effect going on there. And then you can put something in the middle. So I thought, Hershey Nugget. No, it's a Hershey Kisses in it. So I just thought, how cute's that? How cute is that? Obviously, I'd put a little glue dot on that and stick it down. I've only got one, so I'm not doing it. Because I rescued this I was on holiday in America 2 years ago. They were left in my Ed's brother's and his family's. They rented a house and they had these Hershey Kisses, and I was like, oh, I can craft with them. And so yeah, how cute's that? That'd be a lovely swap. That'd be a lovely little table favour. And I think with that paper, it makes it look quite festive. So I'm liking that. So that was one idea for that. And then I'm going to make it again out of some gold paper. I thought I'd use this one. So I've got an idea for that one. So you don't need to see me make it again, but I'm going to show you it with a different thing in the centre. So there we are, I've made another one. So I worked out, so you're taking like a 1-inch strip of a 12 by 12 and you get, there's enough there to get one more. You couldn't quite get 2 out of that. So you'd get 7 of these from each strip. So that means you can make 13 of these out of a 12 by 12, which is very economical. So we in the UK can't get Hershey Kisses. Well, we might be able to, but I have to say, we tasted them, we didn't like them. But we can get Elizabeth Short or similar things like that. And so that can go in. It flattens it down a little bit more, but that also makes quite an awesome looking little table favour. You could even make bouquets with them by attaching them to the top of a flower, you know, a stick or something. So they were my ideas for table favours. I even had the idea that you could put a little Reese's nugget in there as well. You could get paper that matched. You don't have to use foiled paper. You can use, you know, pattern paper, flowered paper, what have you, but that was just one idea to create these flowers. You could even have those on the front of a card and use a little circle in the middle there of something. So that is one idea that I had with this punch. Okay, now I have several other ideas for this punch. So my best idea is replicating these. Now this is worth a fortune now. I bought this off eBay a long time ago. It was how I first learnt about Stampin' Up. And if you do mini albums, scrapbooking, journals, anything like that, everybody wants one of these. Then we brought this one out. And I was a demonstrator when this one came out, and now they're gone. But everybody wants to make tabs that do journals and scrapbooks and what have you. And I made a tab using this punch. So what you need, 2 2¼ inches by 1¼ inches, and then you fold it in half. You can score it, or you could just fold it. So it'd be 1 1/8 if you are scoring. I just folded them in practice. There we go, fold it in half. And then this one's easy with a bit of tweezers. So take my tweezer. So you want the folded end to the rounded end of the penguin. So pull it through. Get your tweezers, and what you're doing, I'll bring it up to the camera, is you're leaving a bit of a gap at the top there, just a little tiny gap up there, and it's coming down the sides of the two arms, and you want to sort of try and be straight, and then punch, and that gives us a little tab that we can use. So that could go on the top of a tag, that could go on the side of a page, and it is not dissimilar to this one. It's not hugely dissimilar to that one, but it is. But it's a good substitute, and you know, I do like my my stash to work for me. What you need to do when you're doing things like this is clear the debris. So take another bit of card and make sure all the debris is out before you punch again. So having made that, I then came up with another idea. So my other idea is to use a die. I know this is all about punches, but we use a die. Some of you might have circle punches still, in which case you can use a circle punch. I do have circle punches, but you can't buy them. So if anybody's watching me and want to be able to buy what I'm using, then I thought I'd better use what's current. So I thought these deers look quite nice. I thought that would look quite nice on a tag. So I can either go that size or I can go slightly bigger. I'm thinking slightly bigger, and then that one's the one that goes on the inside of that, isn't it? Yeah. Or I could go one bigger than that. Might even go one bigger than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out of a circle this deer. Now you could go over the whole sheet, and I could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I could get 13 out. I'm just going to do the one for now. So I'm going to die cut that, and I'm going to die cut a black. Do I want black or do I want real red? Just to mat it on. So that's that bit die cut. I realised actually you can't get every single one because, well, that's just the way I cut it. So I kind of lost that one in cutting that one out, but that's because I went on a straight line, which, so maybe if you were cleverer then that wouldn't have happened. So my idea is a tag, so I've cut a white circle for the back for writing on, and then I cut a rectangle, that's the 2 1/4 by 1 1/4, and I'm going to punch another one of those tabs in the same way that we did before. Keeping it straight. There we go. And by sticking that on there, it kind of makes a bauble top, was my thinking. So they could go on the front of a card, or they could be a tag, or I guess you could even hang it from your Christmas tree. I'm going to do this as a tag. So decide where I want that to be. There. And then just thought I'd put a little Merry Christmas greeting on it. So I've got Merry Christmas, well, it's Happy Christmas actually, from A Wish for Everything. I'm going to use some Versamark and some white embossing powder. I've got a little scrap of black. There we go. So I hope this is making you look at your punches in a different way. There's always other ways to use your punches. So I'm just going to blast that with some heat. And then I'm going to take my long scissors for this. I do prefer to cut this way. There we go, and then we can put a little Happy Christmas on there. Could put it at the top. Thinking do them separate. Oh yes, I prefer that. So that is another idea, and I do have another one which is just a variation on the same theme. There we go, nice little gift tag, topper for a card, tree decoration, whatever, that will work. And then got a bit of crumb cake, which I'm just going to fold in half and then make a smaller tab using this one. So like before, I've got the folded edge at the top. I'm using cardstock for this one, so it's a little bit tougher. So I'm doing it so that it's right across that bit there. Punch it down, and then you've got a smaller tab. You've got a little bow tie as well, but you've got a smaller tab, and I used that and created this tag here and just put it on the top. So that's just another size of the tag topper that you could use. See, I've just gone a bit crazy. So you could do it like that if you didn't have it quite so wide, or you could just trim those ends off and have it straighter like that if you would prefer. There's just 2 options. So here's my penguin paper, and I did a little one sheet wonder at the weekend, you would have seen, and this was what I've got left of the one sheet that I did. So that's not quite a full penguin, but I'm just going to show you on this one of my other ideas. So I'm going to stick him in there, get a bit of cardstock, get some rubbish tape runner, because then I think so rubbish that's not even worked. There we go. Oh, Jazz, what are you like? I've usually got, I mean, I don't want it to be that tacky, but I would like it a little bit tacky. Yeah. Oh, well, that rubbish one's fallen to the floor, so probably the best place for it. There we go. So I know he's armless. See what I did there? But it's just to illustrate my other point of how you could use this. Now, in the stamp set, you can stamp a little bow tie on it. And if you're a customer of mine, you would have had a little tag in with your catalogue, which had them, some of them would have had little bows, so I turned it into a bow. Right, so what I'm doing here is I am taking the little scrap and I am folding it in half, and I'm going to take another little bit of an arm, and I'm going to just stick that up the middle so I can properly hold on to it. And what I'm doing is I'm putting it there where the foot is, so the folded end is at the top. I'm pulling it back slightly so that there's quite a big gap there. Okay, and I'm going to punch. And then I'm going to spend half an hour trying to find it on the floor. Oh no, I can see it. There we go. And then what you've got there is just a little dicky bow that you could stick on him. So that was another idea that I had for it, making a tiny little dicky bow. From the feet, saves you fussy cutting. So that was that idea. So then I had other ideas about using it folded over, says armless. There you go. Just want to use a bit of a scrap. We'll use, cut that down. So just folding these in half. And this bit here, if we put the fold in where that bit is, so pull it around. So you can either do it so it's flush, or you can pull it back a little bit so that it's down there a bit. And then what you get there is a bigger dicky bow. So that's another idea, or it could be a butterfly. So another idea, it'd be better if we had a different colour. So we can take a tiny bit of this like we did before, and I'm going to put a bit of glue on the end here, stick it up the middle so we hold on to it and don't lose it. Stick it up there. I'm going to go a little bit further up this time. And then that, open up, and that can go down the centre, creating quite a nice ribbon, but we're not ending there. We're then going to take a bit more of this, not sure if I've done this wide enough. Yeah, I have, just about. So I'm going to fold that in half about there. And this time I want the fold on the penguin's head. Like so, and I'm going to do it so he's exactly across there. So that then opens out like so, and then that could go behind to create a pretty bow, or like a clown's. I was thinking more of like a clown's bow. It could also be, depending on what DSP you use, it could create a butterfly. But I was thinking of a clown's bow tie, so you could put it on if you use the shirt and tie dyes, or suit and tie dyes, create a shirt and you've got yourself a comedy bow tie there to go on that. I did grab some shirts so you can see how that could be a bow tie on the shirt. I think I'd put something in the centre, and then we've got a comedy bow tie if you wanted. Those two shapes layer up quite well together as well. Oh, and there's another, but it's the tabs that I was most excited about, and these favours. That was what I thought was the most impressive. Okay, so as I say, I hope that's given you some ideas about using this punch, and I hope you'll take a look at the blog hop and see what other ideas people have come up with. So link down below to my blog, and I'll link to the blog hop in that. Okay, so hope that was good. See you all again soon. Bye for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks very much.